Hi everyone, I'm here with your nightly story, When God Winks. When God Winks at You. This one is called Unlucky Day No More. It was a hot Friday, the 13th in July 1984 in Big Flat, Arkansas. Angelie Wallace's phone rang. Her 20-year-old son, Terry, had been in an accident, a bad one. His truck had flipped, tumbled down a 25-foot bank, and landed in a dry creek bed. Thank goodness it was dry. He was rushed to a Missouri hospital in a coma, near death. A 20-foot drop, sir. After 3 months, Terry woke from his coma, but couldn't speak. He was able to communicate only by blinking. He was out of critical condition, but no longer the smiling, proud dad that he had become when his daughter was born just 6 weeks before the accident. It's so sad. His eyes were open, and he was awake, but not aware. He was not aware of how big his baby girl, Amber, was growing. Not aware as she grew into toddlerhood, entered grade school, and then high school. He was not aware that Amber loved a daddy who could not love her back. Several months after the tragedy, Terry was moved to a nursing home in Mountain View, where he was visited by his wife Sandra, as well as his brother, his parents, and of course Amber. Years went by. It's heartbreaking. Every Friday the 13th, the family winced at the memory of that Friday in July long ago. Not superstitious by nature, they still felt that bad luck had fallen on them that day. Doctors reported that Terry's condition was not encouraging. His family, especially his mom, still kept visiting him, praying and hoping. After 19 years, Angelie's prayers were finally answered. 19 years. Terry woke up one morning like any other, except for one thing. He greeted the day by speaking his first word in nearly 2 decades. Mom. His family was shocked. I just fell over on the floor, said his mother, Angelie. More words followed. For a Father's Day present 2 days later, on June 15th, Terry said, Dad. Although his speech wasn't that good, Terry slowly built up his vocabulary and long-term memory. And the delight of his family, his sense of humor came back. It's amazing and uplifting, said Terry's doctor. I think the message is that you should never give up hope. God gave us a miracle, said Angelie, but just to let her know that it was Him, God, who was the author of this miracle. Terry awoke on another Friday, the 13th, 19 years after he had been silenced on that so-called unlucky day. Terry awoke on another Friday. God winked, and Terry Wallace started speaking again on Friday, June 13th, 2003. The nature of family winks. I imagine that as you evaluate the God winks in your life, like those in the preceding stories, they'll remind you of God's personal involvement in matters of family. Certainly, each of the foregoing stories was a deeply heartfelt experience, but sometimes God winks within the family tree are more superstitious, as was the case with the next 2 stories. But you'll have to wait and hear some of them later. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. I hope you enjoyed tonight's story. Let's bring those souls to Jesus. And good night, guys.